All right, here we are talking about camera bags today, specifically this bag right here, the Brevite Scout version 2. Let's get into it. Camera bags are essential to creatives who have cameras that do photography, videography, even when it comes down to everyday carry for creatives in graphic design, or if you do video editing on the go, different things like that. I mean, if you think of construction workers, they have their tool belt that carries all their tools, or they have a toolbox. If you think of painters, they have their sets that go inside of boxes or bags. And so that's what this does for creatives. And so when it comes down to choosing the right camera bag for your purposes, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. And especially with some bags, much like the one that I'm going to be talking about today, there is this cost that comes into play. Some of them are less expensive than others, they get the job done. Some are more expensive than others, and you know, the differences in price will determine sometimes the quality, or it will determine how it better suits your needs. And so today I'm going to be breaking down in depth the Brevite Scout version 2. If you want to learn what I normally put in this bag, you can check out the link that is up here, where I break down all the gear that I bring in this bag every single day as I go out and I go create. And let me give you a little bit of a rundown and the history of me with this bag. I actually did not originally purchase this bag. I had purchased the version 1 of their Scout bags that they made some couple of years ago. And it was really good for a little while, but it left a lot to be desired. Some of the materials over the course of a few months had started to kind of rip and tear and fall apart. And so I was kind of bummed out about the bag, because the price, by the way, I'll just tell you now, the price is $219. Even if you follow the link, you'll be able to see that it's $219. And I was a little bummed out about that, because that's not a little bit of money, that's quite a bit, especially for a backpack they're going to be using every day. But Brevite did come out with the version 2 of the bag, and one of the great things, even though you're paying a high price for their bags that are premium, they do have a lifetime warranty. And so when I found out that they were making a version 2 of the bag, I contacted their customer support, told them the issues that I was having, and I asked, instead of just doing a repair or some sort of exchange, if they would actually upgrade me to the version 2 of the bag, and they were happy enough to comply with that, which was really great. And so that's one really great thing about this bag. And I also want to say too, in no way as a sponsor, there's no advertisement or anything with Brevite and myself. I just genuinely love their bags, and I wanted to help educate you in making a buying decision if this is a bag that you're thinking about purchasing for yourself. So now let's break down the bag and the features that I really love about it, and I want to be thorough and go from top to bottom, outside to in, just so you can make an educated decision if you're going to try to purchase this bag. So on the top here, we have this awesome handle. This is 2 straps that are like a thick nylon, very sturdy, and they have this nice little snap to it feature. I actually really love this on the bag, because I tend to weigh my bag down with a lot of camera bodies, lenses, and my computer. And so all that weight, sometimes I just want to carry it normally, like a, you know, typical handbag. And so I really like this function for doing that. Also too, when I'm traveling, I will snap on like my neck pillow or hats or headphones or something like that on the outside, just because I tend to really weigh this thing down and pack it tight with a lot of the materials on the inside when I'm traveling. So I like to use this as an external source of storage, if you would think of it that way. So this is really great. And then on the top here, starting on the outside, we've got a few different pockets, and I really love the fact this bag has so many pockets, has so much storage options just inside of the bag, which is really great. So starting with the top here, we have one top zipper on the outside of the bag. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but on the inside there are these little pockets for pins, for SD cards, for thumb drives, for any type of thing, and it's a pretty deep pocket. Another cool thing too is it does have this little key ring. Again, when I'm traveling, I will put my keys on this little hook because I'm probably going to be away from my car for some amount of days. And so I just strap it in there, drop my keys in, and then I won't have to think about it until I get back home. So that's really nice. Even too with all of the zippers that they have here, I think they're like YYK zippers, which are like a really great brand. And they also have this type of covering on the zippers that helps them to become weather resistant. The website, I believe it says it's not weatherproof or like waterproof, but it's weather resistant. And I can attest to this because I've had this bag in the rain, I've had it in the snow, and nothing got wet, nothing got damaged or dirty or anything like that. So they're a nice tight seal on these zippers. So if you're happen to get caught in the rainstorm or if you're out in the snow, really don't think you would need to worry about getting your gear wet or destroyed at all. So that's that top pocket. Closing that up, going to this front pocket. This is typically where I would put my AirPods, I would put glasses, I would put, you know, just different little odds and ends that I wanted to have easy access on the outside of the bag. So that's really great. We have another pocket down here. This one has actually a little snap. I don't know if you can pick that up, get the mic. Little magnetic snap on this pocket, which is really cool. You can open that up with a zipper, and we have a bit more storage here in the front, which is cool because I love that this bag has a lot of options. It helps me to kind of segment the different items that I need. So I'll have a pocket for audio stuff, I'll have a pocket for batteries or storage with my camera gear, and it's just really versatile. And again, it really, really is exactly what I need. So now moving to the sides, we have two of these nice stretchy pockets. These are great for water bottles. You can use them for tripods, gorilla pods, anything like that. You can put AirPods, I guess. I'm just thinking of different pod words. So you can do different pod words with that. They're very nice, very useful to have. One side here does have an extra clip. This is really beneficial for when you have a tripod and you're just trying to keep it there. It's nice and adjustable, so you can have it nice and tight or loose. What else do we have? On the outside, there is actually this side access pocket that will allow you to get inside of the bag and you can pull your camera out. I thought this was gonna be something that was a bit of a deal breaker for me. I don't know why, but I just had never really had a good camera bag, and the version 1 did not have this pocket, which I was really bummed about. And they've added it to the version 2, which is great. But honestly, I don't use it as much as I thought I would. But that's for me personally. If I was doing more of street photography or something like that, then I could easily see having it strapped up. Then you can take it off to the side, you know, access your camera, put it back, all that good stuff. So maybe that's something that you would have good use for. I thought I would use it more, but honestly I do not. But it's a nice feature to have in case I do want to use it. Okay, so moving to the back of the bag, we have a bunch of really nice features, which they made a big upgrade on from version 1 to version 2. Just overall, even with the bag itself, the version 1 would not just stand up on its own, and it looked like pretty like floppy and saggy unless you put in a bunch of different materials to kind of give it some sort of structure to stand. This bag stands completely on its own, really nice. So when you're setting it down too, there's also these great like ribbed sections on the back part. Big upgrade from the version 1. It actually is really nice. Like my back's just kind of sweaty in general when it's like hot outside and I've got, you know, camera gear on my back, but this has alleviated that quite a bit, so that's a nice function. Good material, very comfortable. You'll see here in the middle there's this cool little strap. This is actually a big deal for traveling. If you're going to have a roll-on bag, maybe as a carry-on or whatever, you can actually feed this through the handle so it sits on top of the bag. That's really great because, as I mentioned before, I tend to really pack this thing heavy with my camera gear, and I like to bring it on the plane with me because I want to have control of where this stuff ends up and not TSA, even though they tried their hardest. So that's a really good feature that will help save your back when you're traveling and walking around. Another great feature that they have is this little pocket here on the side, this little secret pocket where you can put your wallet, you can put passports, currency, or anything like that. This is really great too if you're traveling, especially, I mean, really anywhere, but if you were going international or whatever and you're afraid of pickpocketers, or you know, if you had sensitive material you just wanted to keep close to you, this is a great spot. Just remember that it's there because I've put my passport and my wallet in here before and I thought I lost it, but I forgot that there was this secret pocket back here. So don't forget about it. It's good to have a secret pocket. Also, we have these straps. These were a big upgrade from the version 1. The ones from the first version of this bag, they just kind of like sunk in and they weren't really sturdy. These are much nicer. They're a nice soft material, very comfortable. There also is this little chest strap feature that I use sometimes, this little clip. And you can adjust it, you can put it up or down, do whatever you want. So yeah, it's another good feature to have. That's basically everything on the outside of this bag. Now let's move to the internal guts of this bag, and I want to actually go from the back side. So in order to get there, you should flip your straps back, and then that's how you get access to the back portion, the camera gear. So we're going to put that down, unzip it, and it reveals the inside. So a couple of really great things about the inside of this bag. First of all, for the laptop compartment, this was actually a really big deal for me because I always have my laptop on me, whether I'm editing or if I have to do a graphic or anything like that. I just always like to have my laptop on me. And what you find with some of these bags is that they just put a pocket back there and a pouch for your laptop, which is okay, but I wanted something that I could just know that my laptop is going to be secure with. And so there's this nice strapped Velcro piece that goes over top of the laptop compartment, which I believe this fits a 15-inch laptop or maybe even the 16-inch. Not 100% sure on that. I have a 13-inch in there right now. And there's also a secondary pocket for like an iPad or papers or different thing like that. But what's really cool is that if I'm somewhere on location and I want to just flip up in my bag and maybe this piece is hanging off, I don't have to worry about my laptop actually falling out of the bag. It's actually nice and secure because of that Velcro that's in there. And then when I need to access my laptop, I just take that out and it's just nice, safe and sound, no worries. So that's a really cool feature about this bag. And that really helps to kind of make this more of an everyday carry sort of situation. Like, yeah, I always like to have at least one camera on me, but just having my laptop is just such a big deal. I've always had that on any bag that I've had ever since college, and so it's just really good to have that there. So moving into what makes this more of a camera bag, and it's this middle section, which is this cube, which I can take it out. It's removable. Just a nice little Brevite branded situation here. This is a nice camera cube. I mean, probably, I'm sure there are ones that are bigger than this, but it works for my needs. It works perfectly fine. There's this nice little top handle if you would want to carry this around somewhere. They do have these little eyelets for like a strap, I guess. Personally, I would probably never do that, but you have the option to do so if you want. This is really great on the inside. So in here it has all the nice protective walls and padding stuff that you can use to get, you know, customized spacing for your camera gear. I actually can fit quite a bit in here and it fits my needs absolutely perfectly, so I love that. And then here we have the little opening. This is for that side pocket on the backpack. Currently I've got it strapped in there, but that's where you get your side access, and then you would just do that on the side of the bag too. This piece is also really great because you can just fit whatever you need in it. Or if you just say, hey, I don't want to put this in my bag at all, you just have all this nice empty space for clothing or any sort of other things you need. I mean, I took this bag rock climbing the other day and it worked perfectly for putting snacks in there. Another pro tip too, if you have some sort of a camera cube like this inside of your bags, for me personally, I hate having to like open this up and then open this up. So I actually tuck this underneath. So that way, when I open up the bag, I just have the nice cube presented itself instead of having to open up another strap. So pro tip if that's something that you want to try out. Okay, more into this bag. We have this nice little mesh pocket here on the top. This is typically where I put new or used batteries. I can put my blower for my sensor, a couple of different odds and ends. It's just nice to be able to see what I have in here. So that's really great. This is typically where I put like all the things that are most essential to whatever the job is that I'm doing that day. So let's now hop into the top portion of the bag. So here we have, other side, we have another zipper, which reveals basically a top section of the bag that you can segment from the bottom camera cube portion. In here we'll find another additional little storage space with the zipper. Also nice, great to have pockets and storage for loads of things. So in here, like I said, it's segmented from the bottom, but the cool thing too is that you can actually open this up and have access and just treat it like a normal everyday bag. All you have to do is you take this piece, which is Velcroed, undo that, and then we're folding it to a Velcro piece on the top, tuck it in, and now, voila, like magic, you have access to your camera cube, which you can also open up. You can grab anything from here, like so. So now I can just directly access all the things from the camera cube from the top. So let's say maybe you just want to treat this like a normal backpack and you don't want the camera cube. Now you have that. So you have full access to the inside of this bag, and you could just treat this like a normal, backpack that you would use for college or books or whatever. It does kind of lose some of its structure a bit, makes it go a little flatter, decompressed, but just a nice function to have. So now to talk through some of my final thoughts on this bag. Basically for me, it checks all the boxes. It has a ton of storage, it's very reliable, it's made really, really well, and I'm not afraid that my gear is gonna get damaged or hurt or destroyed while inside of this bag. Literally, I bring it with me every day, it's comfortable, and I just love to use it. And so I mentioned originally the price $219. That's a steep price for many people. I did not buy this just flippantly. I had to save up my money, like pretty much everybody does. I had to save up my money, and I wanted to make sure that I was making a good investment. Originally, not the greatest investment with the version 1, to be honest, but they've really addressed a lot of the issues with the version 2, and so now I really feel like I've gotten my money's worth to the full. And so if you're thinking about getting a bag that's gonna last you a long time, that comes with a lifetime warranty like this bag does, this is a great one to consider. If you need something that's minimal looking, which is definitely the look that I like to go for, but it just can be very versatile and used for a lot of different purposes, then I would say look no further than the Brevite Scout 2. It's just an incredible bag, and I don't think that you would regret buying it. So if you're in the market for a new camera bag, I hope this video has helped you to make a more informative purchasing decision. If you got some value out of this video, why don't you go ahead and add some value right back to it by hitting that like button, and please consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this, and don't forget to hit the notification icon so that way you can be notified every single time I post a new video. Happy shopping, happy bagging, My name is Zach Sopak, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.